30% of our roads rehabilitated, and sports facilities across the country received major upgrades, empowering our youth. He successfully led us through the COVID-19 pandemic, winning global recognition for St. Lucia's top care management. Alan Chasney, strong leadership to save our St. Lucia.
Life in St. Lucia has become unbearable. Every day, we feel the crushing weight of a government that's out of touch with the struggles of its people. They've collected
Good morning, everyone. Those viewing locally, regionally, and internationally, I want to welcome you to Tuesday's press briefing. I am Senator Joshua Harrow, here to just moderate this lovely discussion that we have going forward today. Many of you will preview to our Sunday fete, I would say, because it wasn't just a convention, it wasn't just a meeting. Oh, it was a flubbo fete that was filled with energy, filled with purpose, filled with what mattered, introducing you to the candidates for the various constituencies. It was fantastic, and we thank everyone who came out, who showed support, and who really stood by their candidates. So this morning, we're going to give you a brief breakdown as to what took place at our convention on Sunday. And first to speak this morning is a wonderful individual. If you did not tune in on Sunday, you probably missed out, but we want to pay homage to one of our most fabulous individuals, a former government minister, a party personality who stands strong and represents the yellow very well. I want to introduce you to the wonderful, the honorable, and the fantastic Fortuna Belrose.
Thank you for these warm words, Mr. Harrow. And you have really been making us all proud. You know, we love the trajectory that you're on, and we hope that you can maintain it, in true UWP fashion. This morning, I'm here to tell you a little about our awards program that we delivered for the 60th anniversaries. UWP is 60 years old, soon to be 61 on the 29th of March this year. We are a very mature and accomplished organization, political organization. We have a rich history of accomplishments, and we are indeed a proud people. And the event, of course, that was held last weekend was a success as we honored the achievements of our members. Our objective for the award ceremony in particular was designed to recognize and celebrate individuals who espouse the values of the UWP. It was part of our drive to continue to educate and create consciousness on the importance and relevance of the United Workers' Party in nation building. And of course, what it also did for us was to allow our members to reflect and renew their commitment to the values, mission, and vision of the UWP. So 60 years ago, our party was born out of a merger of men and women who loved and cared for our country. Sir John and his team, comprising distinguished personnel like Dr. Vincent Monrose, Maurice Mason from the National Labour Movement, along with George Mallet and Henry Giraudy from the People's Progressive Party, assisted by many other concerned citizens, including the Bousquet brothers, determined that they would challenge themselves to build this country in the right way. Sir John, in his own words, told us that the social situation of our country was grave and needed urgent attention, and more so, action. Parents were losing their children like flies to diseases such as bilharzia, and poverty was rampant. And so these brave men, and of course, not only brave, but ambitious men, determined that better must be done and better could have been done. And thus, the United Workers' Party was born on the 29th of March, 1964. As we all know, the UWP is the only party that has been focused on real and sustainable development of the country. The belief, and that belief for all of us, is rooted in the outstanding development record of the country under the leadership of Sir John George Melvin Compton. And now that leadership of Alan Michael Shastney, who is the only other leader, apart from Sir John, to have taken our party into election victory. So whether it was in economics, agriculture, education, health, sports, culture, infrastructure, the United Workers' Party government always demonstrates its capacity to deliver meaningfully for all, and placing the island's progress and development at its fore. And to quote Elisha Norbert last week, the land, the people, the light. This has been the order of delivery for the United Workers' Party. Country first. The land, the people came after to assist in developing, and then, of course, we all saw the light, together. So as a party, we cherish our history. Our 60th anniversary provided the opportunity for reflection on who we are and where we are headed. And I'm sure you'll hear from the chairman where we are headed based on what transpired on Sunday at the convention. We are born out of many. We, as a UWP, we were born out of many. And so the values that our founding fathers left us of discipline, commitment, and the desire to continuously bring out the best of us is what drives the people within the United Workers' Party. So UWP is not about who you are or where you come from, but what are you capable of doing? What are you capable of bringing to the table to assist in the positive, sustainable change, in positive, sustainable change to the land and the people? So our awards are named after those individuals, or these individuals, who played a key role in the formation of the United Workers' Party. And over the years, we have had several individuals who have assisted the party in being the preferred political party of St. Lucia. This is what we are. And it was important for us, given what we are doing within our party, to reflect and visit our past and take a look at our founders and the many persons and the many lessons, they taught us in terms of realizing the achievements that we have as a party. So the process we use to derive our team, our awardees, of course, we reviewed quite a bit of archival information, and we want to thank the National Archives for that. We were able to go through all the newspapers of the times, as well as the West Indies Crusader, which existed during that period. We were able to review a special documentary done by Sir John, in his own words, which provided details of that relevant period. And of course, discussions with party stalwarts who were intimately aware of what transpired during that period. Our founding fathers, for your information, include the leaders of the two parties, the individuals who contested elections in 1964, the individuals who formed the first UWP government in 1964, and the individuals who formed the first cabinet. And of course, our party leaders at that time were, of course, Sir George Melvin Compton of the National Labour Movement, and of course, the People's Progressive Party, we had George Mallet, Henry Giraudy. And of course, other members of the teams, in the case of John Compton, were Maurice Mason and Vincent Monrose. And of course, along with George Mallet, Henry Giraudy, we had Michael Dublé, Wilfred Sinclair Daniel, Antoine Theodore, and also Hunter Francois. And so, having reviewed all the documentation available to us, all the information available to us, we were able to deduce that 14 awards should be presented from the information that we were able to secure. And of course, we presented awards in the name of our founders, and we also had a couple of community awards for women participation and community participation in, of course, the politics. We certainly want to acknowledge, and maybe what I should do is give you a list of these awards, a total of 14 awards. So the awards were: one, the Integrity Award, which went in honor of founder Mr. Antoine Emmanuel Theodore, and that award was conferred upon Louis George posthumously. And Louis George, of course, was one of our members, a member of parliament for a number of years, of course, from the constituency of Micoud North. Then we had the Excellence in Communication Award, which went to Mr. Norbert Williams posthumously. And of course, that award was in founding member's name, Wilfred St. Clair Daniel. We also had the Political Pioneer and Women's Rights Award. That is in honor of Mrs. Heraldine Rock, and that went to Catalina Belrose. We also had the Humanitarian Award, and this Humanitarian Award was in honor of Dr. Vincent Monrose, who worked tirelessly with Sir John in the valley areas dealing with the bilharzia issue. And that award went to Mr. Earl Lewis from Central Castries. We had the Collaboration and Excellence Award, which went to Mr. Maurice Mason, which was in founder's name, Maurice Mason, but went to Mr. Pius Gangadine in the Soufre community. There was also a Visionary Award, and that Visionary Award is in the founder's name of Mr. Hunter Fusswar, and of course it went to Clem Bob of Soufre. The other awards were the Entrepreneurial Spirit Award, and that went to Mr. Michael, in the name of Mr. Michael Dublé, and of course Nicholas John from Grosley was the recipient of that award. We also had the award for Advocacy and Social Justice, and this award was in honor of Mr. J.M. Dibouske from Choiseul, and of course Ms. Sarah Flood Bobre was conferred with this award. We also had the Community Excellence Award, and many of you would remember our Alan Bousquet. We all called him lovely, the lovable Mr. Alan Bousquet, Fetty, and that award went to Miss Rosemary Compton, who continuously works and has a great presence in the city of Castries. The Team Spirit Award, because, we formed a merger, there were persons who ensured that the team achieved its objectives every step of the way, and the Team Spirit Award went to was named after Sir William George Mallet, and this award went to Mr. Gregory St. Jou. The Excellence in Leadership Award went to Mrs. Margaret Emmanuel of Micoud South, and of course it was named after the formidable founding father, Mr. Henry Girodi. And the Lifetime Achievement Award went to named after Sir John George Melvin Compton, and of course went to Eldred Stevens. What we also found in our research was that we had some women on the ground who did great work for the party as well. And one of these women who was recognized on Sunday was Miss Frances Prudent for the significant work she did in the community, not only in the community of Grosley, but across the country, supporting the United Workers' Party. So she too was recognized at this event. So these are some of the awards that we presented on Sunday last. And of course, it's testimony to the type of work. When you look at the persons who received these awards, you see a reflection of the type of work that happened in 1964. And we're hoping that we can continue to use this to propel us, to achieve the goals that we've established for ourselves and our party. One of the critical things we observed in 1964 was the high level of social issues, which is what Sir John, in terms of the natural diseases, that Sir John fought. And we see now that type of disease is more man-made now because we have issues of crime, etc., coming through our country. And our responsibility now as a party is to try to ensure that we deal with those issues in the creative and critical way that our founding father was able to deliver for our country. And we know that with the leadership and under the leadership of Alan Chasney, we are well on course to ensure that we deliver those obligations to our people. So with those few words, I just want to say thanks for being here, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you so much for the recount of the awards to the fabulous and wonderful Fortuna Belrose. Now, I just want to make the statement that there will be a rebroadcasting of the convention happening Sunday on our Facebook page, United Workers' Party St. Lucia. So if you missed it, you can watch it on Sunday as we rebroadcast it on our page. Now, during this convention, we went through many motions. many ideas, many things put forth on the platform that people, our members, would like us to do when we get into government. And I found those motions to be quite interesting. I found them to be have a holistic approach to the development of St. Lucia. So I will now call on the chairman of the United Workers' Party, Mr. Therold Prudent, to come and give us an outline of those motions established by the members or by the delegates of the United Workers' Party.
Thank you, Josh. And good morning to everyone here this morning. We welcome you to this press briefing. The United Workers' Party is no doubt on a trajectory. And United Workers' Party is no doubt set to ensure that we can deliver our country from a corrupt and vicious government. And with this said, I want to present some of the motions that were ratified at our 43rd annual convention this morning. These are policy statements that the United Workers' Party is putting together and will ensure that when we form the next government of St. Lucia, we can address those and we can address the concerns of the people of this country. I will start with the United Workers' Party is proud to announce that at our 43rd annual convention, held on Sunday in Dennery South, the following motions were ratified and will form a critical part of our policy agenda upon forming the next government. These resolutions reflect our commitment to improving the lives of St. Lucians, strengthening key sectors, and creating opportunities for our people. National health insurance for all. I am saying in patois, nous ka bay national health insurance pour tout gens cette ici, les flambeaux vieux en pouvoir. A UWP government will continue where we left off in 2021 and implement a national health insurance NHI system to ensure that every St. Lucian has access to quality and affordable health care. We will design a system that provides coverage for essential medical services, including doctor visit, hospitalization, prescription drugs, and specialized treatments. Our plan will ensure low-income families, seniors, and vulnerable populations are not left behind. Number 2, fair, transparent taxi transfer permit transfers. Our tourism sector is a critical part of our economy. Yet there is no clear process of transfer of taxi permits. A UWP administration will enable the Ministry of Tourism to work with the relevant transport authority to establish a fair and transparent system for taxi permit transfer. This will ensure that family members or other qualified individuals can legally, I repeat legally, continue operating as tourism taxi service providers. The process is efficient, accessible, and free from political interference. The sector remains organized and beneficial to the industry and to the economy. We will revitalize and reintroduce agriculture in school. Agriculture is the backbone of our local economy, yet it has been neglected under the current administration. A UWP government will establish a statutory board responsible for the redevelopment of the agricultural sector, reintroduce agriculture as a core subject in schools to inspire a new generation of farmers and agribusiness entrepreneurs, provide adequate investment in infrastructure, technology, training to modernize farming here in our country. Number 4, we will eliminate property tax for seniors. Upon forming the next government, the UWP will remove property taxes for homeowners age 65 and older, provided that the property is in their primary residence. The initiative will ease the financial burden on retirees. It will ensure financial security for seniors and support aging with dignity and independence here in this country. Number 5, a UWP government will restore the e-book program in school. The previous UWP administration introduced the e-book program to modernize education, but it was discontinued by this current government. A UWP government will reinstate the e-book program at a standardized and affordable fee, which will result in savings for parents. We will provide students with appropriate digital devices to enhance learning. We will also ensure strong internet connectivity in schools to support digital learning. In the process, we will engage educators, parents, and students in shaping an effective and sustainable digital learning system. Number 6, affordable housing for St. Lucians. A UWP government will launch a national affordable housing scheme that will utilize unused crown lands in each constituency to provide affordable housing. Purchase privately held lands when necessary to expand housing opportunities, provide accessible financial options to help young people and low-income families to become homeowners. Partner with the private developers to ensure quality and affordability, and implement a transparent and fair allocation system prioritizing first-time home buyers, young professionals, and low-income families. Number 7, modern bus terminal in Castries and Vieux Fort. A UWP government will construct 2 modern bus terminals in Castries and Vieux Fort to improve commuting experience and support small businesses. These terminals will feature shelter and sitting areas for drivers and passengers, vending spaces, and shopping areas to support small entrepreneurs, modern bathroom facilities for comfort and hygiene, security personnel, and designated pickup and drop-off zones for safer transport. We will consult with transport operators, vendors, local communities to ensure that these facilities meet all stakeholders' needs. Number 8, projecting our environment and beaches. St. Lucia's natural environment is a national treasure, and a UWP government will strengthen partnership with the St. Lucia National Tourist and National Conservation Authority to protect beaches and near-shore ecosystems. Authority to protect beaches and near-shore ecosystems. I just wanted to make sure I got this right and you got this right. And to ensure regular cleaning and maintenance of key beaches such as Bois Chardon and Sandy Beach. Guarantee public access to all our beaches across St. Lucia. Gone are the days when St. Lucians cannot access their beaches. And we are going to ensure as a government that St. Lucians have access to their patrimony and what belongs to them. We are going to establish adequate beach facilities for the comfort and enjoyment of residents and visitors. Number 9, extending passport validity to 10 years. A UWP government will extend the validity of St. Lucian passports to 10 years to reduce costs and inconvenience for citizens. Aligned with international best practices, ensure that St. Lucians enjoy a greater ease of traveling. Number 10, modernization of castries and supporting vendors. The UWP is committed to the revitalization of the city of Castries. We will create dedicated spaces and infrastructure for vendors, implementing a fair and transparent allocation system that does not discriminate based on political affiliation, consulting vendors, business owners, urban planners to ensure a balanced approach that supports both economic growth and city development. Number 11, a UWP government will conduct a full review of the CIP program to strengthen transparency and accountability, require individuals who acquired St. Lucian citizenship at an unlawful discount rate to pay the current legal amount or risk revocation of their citizenship and passport. This is what we are going to do to ensure that nobody cheats the people of St. Lucia and that no foreigner can walk into this country, get huge discounts and do not comply with the laws of this country. We will also ensure that all economic benefits of CIP program are maximized for the people of St. Lucia and not just for a few lawyers and government officials. Number 12, introducing unemployment benefits through NIC. A UWP administration will expand the National Insurance Corporation NIC to include unemployment benefits for workers, establish a framework to ensure fair eligible criteria and benefit distribution, advocate for the necessary legislative amendments to ensure timely implementation. Number 13, National Youth Volunteer Program. A UWP government will introduce a structural national youth volunteer program in schools to 1. Teach social responsibility, leadership, and conflict resolution skills. Require students to volunteer in various charities to gain real-world experience. Ensure that the program is developed in consultation with educators, students, parents, and community leaders for a long-term sustainability. The UWP's commitment to a stronger St. Lucia. These resolutions reaffirm our commitment to progress, fairness, and prosperity for all St. Lucians. A UWP government will deliver real solutions, rebuild our economy, and create opportunities for all St. Lucians. Together, we will move St. Lucia forward. And not only we will move St. Lucia forward, but we will finally set St. Lucia's poor free from an oppressive SLP government. Thank you very much. Yes. Also, I want to touch a little bit on some of our candidates who were endorsed or presented last Sunday. For Dennery North, we introduced Mr. Bradley Fulgence, who will be the candidate for the United Workers' Party in this constituency. We also presented Leanne Johannes Paul for Viewfort South, and she will take on the mantle for the United Workers' Party in this particular constituency. We also presented Marcella Johnson, who will make battle for us in Grosley against Kenson Kazime in the next elections, and I have no doubt that we will prevail in Grosley. We also presented Elisha Nabat for Mikud North, and he will be the standard bearer for the United Workers' Party. And also Laura Jean-Pierre from Laborie, and I'm telling you, watch her. Watch this space, because Laura will navigate this space and be able to bring about an upset in Laborie. Laborie needs better representation. Labrie needs a candidate who truly cares. Labrie needs a candidate and representative who is not just about upholding the status quo, as is currently being done by the St. Lucia Labour Party. Since 1951 until this present time, nothing has been done significantly for the people of Labrie. And I want to assure you that with Laura Pierre, Jean-Pierre, if you give her this opportunity, you will give yourself a chance as persons and residents and voters of Labrie to have a change, a complete change and transformation in your community. I say to you, it's exciting. It is something that I, as chairman, am pretty excited about. And I can say to you, change is on its way. United Workers' Party will be back. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chairman of the party, Mr. Prudent. Mr. Prudent is always a fiery individual, is always the one to bring the excitement to any platform that we are on. And I've taken a few cues from Mr. Prudent when I come on the platforms with the energy that he continuously brings. That is Flobo's spirit. Now, I just want to reintroduce some of the points that were made, the motions that were made. National health insurance for all. It is essential that our people are covered in the medical system and make sure that they are healthy, so when they are operating our workforce, they can be focused and diligent in their duties. Fair and transparent taxi permit transfers, revitalizing agriculture and reintroducing agriculture in schools. Again, we do have agriculture in our schools, but modernizing it, developing it to meet the standards of today, and making sure people understand how essential agriculture is, especially as there's an expected 2050 food crisis, which will be soon to emerge in the Caribbean. So this is something that we need to look at and teach our children that farming is not a dirty field or is a bad thing. It is what put a lot of food on the table for a lot of people and help people get income to go to universities. So we must do a lot more with agriculture. We need to look at eliminating property tax for our seniors. We also restoring the ebook program in schools, which is, again, digitalization by innovation. I always speak forth on this on the platforms where we need to modernize our education system. Affordable housing for St. Lucians, which is very key. We also need to look at protecting our environment and beaches. And Mr. Prudent, if I may add, we add recyclable bins or skips if we have to make sure that we keep our beaches clean at all times. It does not look nice that when it rains, we see all of the waste in the waters upon our shores. So we need to make sure we practice proper recycling habits. Extending passport validity for 10 years. Very key, because I've seen people staple passports together. I've seen one person had 4 passports stapled together. That's how many times they had to renew it. So we must modernize that. We also need to look at modernizing casheries and supporting vendors, which is essential. Correcting unlawful CIP discounts, which is a whole debate by itself, but I'm not going to go into that right now. We need to look at introducing unemployment benefits, and we do understand in this economic climate, businesses do downsize, things may happen, you may lose your job, and it's not even your fault. So that will be essential. And a national youth volunteer program. We must teach our young people that they must volunteer. It's not always about the money. Give your time, give your energy, do your due diligence for your country, because you never know who you are going to inspire and what you can learn that may be essential for the development of the nation. It's not always about government. It's about what you can do as an individual, whether you're labor, whether you're flubber, whether you're independent, whatever. You have a right to make decisions on this planet from your experience and from what you see that needs to be done. So volunteering is important, young people. It will help shape you to become a great person in the future. So as we conclude this press briefing this morning, I want to thank the one. Oh, yes.
Oh, you're thanking people.
Oh, well, we have another remarkable comment by our wonderful Fortuna Belrose to come and give forth. So, I was about to conclude this too quick.
The thing about Joshua, when you get around him, you get excited, and in all the excitement this morning, I forgot to acknowledge the people who made this possible for us. And so we want to really say thank you to the families of our founding fathers. They were part of the process with us. In a lot of cases, they engaged and provided us with a lot of information, and of course, intimate information with respect to their loved ones. The National Archives of St. Lucia, for the work they did with our research team, and importantly, our constituency groups across the country, did their work as well in terms of identifying and working with the families in those communities. And then, of course, our awards team, who really did this extended project for us to ensure that we chose the best of us to come through for these awards. So we want to say thanks to everybody who participated in this process and, of course, who really assisted us in delivering a great convention this year. So thank you very much, Joshua. It's back to you.
It's a good thing you had stopped me, because we must acknowledge our key essential personnel. And even by large, you, the viewers around the world, whether you're in New York, whether you're in London, we want to thank you for your support. Our young people, I want to urge this message to you that it is your right to vote. I don't care which side you're on, but practice your democratic right. Don't fear victimization. It is your country. It is your democracy. You have the right to choose, and you have the right to speak. And if you feel like you are being tied down or somebody's muffling your mouth, well, we're here to fight for you. And I'm here as now Senator Joshua Harrow to represent you in the House of Parliament and speak on your behalf. So from the United Workers' Party team, from all of us here, Mamai Flabo, have a wonderful day, have a wonderful week. Make sure that you watch the rebroadcasting on our page on Sunday. Make sure you watch Meet the Opposition on Thursday. Make sure that you tune into every single platform like it is on Monday, because we are here to speak, we are here to deliver, and we are here to really govern this country. So have a wonderful day, and we will see you on the next press briefing.
Life in St. Lucia has become unbearable. Every day, we feel the crushing weight of a government that's out of touch with the struggles of its people. They've collected millions in taxes on fuel, leaving us paying more for gasoline, cooking gas, kerosene, and diesel. And as if that wasn't enough, the health and security